Very unprofessional of Psionics to be influenced by the Steve's outburst and the media not give me and Frenzy a fair trial. Disappointed about the immaturity of all the pros and fans who attacked us without knowing our side. Absolutely crushed. See you in 2021, rats. Rat emoji. If that isn't the dumbest shit I've ever read, I don't know what is. This is the 13th, something like that, episode of the year. Welcome to the CJ Show, everybody. Exclamation point social in the chat. You know how to kick it off. And the reason why the socials are so important is because there's a little treat we have for you, thanks to the request of you guys. I know Jahzo is trying to adjust some things right now, but I know he has a video that we just tweeted that you guys need to go see. So if you do exclamation point social and click on that first link to the Twitter CJ Show, there's gonna be a thing we're gonna dive into here. Chrome, you wanna take away your adventure?
Take away my adventure. What do you mean?
You mean me?
Yeah, Chrome, Jahzo, same shit.
All right,
Whatever.
so ignore the camera positions for a sec because I just fixed that scene. Now to fix this scene, but now we get to watch.
I love that freeze.
My
That freeze
face
frame
in
was
the,
great.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So yeah, enjoy
Freeze
this.
frame.
It's a little scuffed, but it's 2 minute long video. You get to see exactly how far away my personal computer is from my practice computer.
Okay. I can't wait.
Synchronize the play button. Let us know when you're ready.
All right, I'll count us down and then on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. CJ Show. Vic, one of our viewers, has redeemed a Jahzo measurement, and he's requested a measurement from my personal computer, right here, to my computer in the practice room. And this is video evidence of me doing it, also so you guys can know how many Jahzos it takes to get to my computer in the practice room. So, bear with me as it's a little interesting having to measure myself along the floor.
This is Jahzo Vlogs 101.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a YouTube channel coming
Computer
in.
to the bottom of these stairs,
Oh, you got to go upstairs?
and then as I can estimate, turn this light for you guys.
I hope you lay down on the stairs.
Oh, I do.
Let's go.
That's one more Jahzo. That's 2 Jahzos.
So
I can go up the
stupid.
stairs a little
Did
bit
you
more.
put stickers on the wall to...
Yeah, a lot of tech stickers. That's 3 Jahzos. So dumb, dude. That's 4 Jahzos to the top of the stairs from my computer. It's so scuffed. It's 1 Jahzo
so close.
to the front of the couch in the practice room. This is our practice room, by the way. A little messy, but
It's like it's your daily exercise, honey. And here's another Jahzo.
let's go.
Okay.
So
And one more Jahzo over here.
the other end of the couch. What were everybody's guesses, by the way? And then
I already guessed mine, but
roughly, what, 1.5? So if I do one more, get this Secret Lab D2 chair out of the way.
hashtag ad. Yeah.
Another Jahzo, I believe that's 7. And then roughly another half Jahzo to my computer in the practice
It's a
room.
nice chair.
So, there you go, guys. 7 total Jahzos for my computer over there to my personal computer where you're going to be watching the stream tonight. All right.
Nice.
There it is.
He delivers. He delivers, chat.
Shout out to Vic for redeeming the Jahzo measurement. Reminder that's, I believe, 12,000 points. There should be more people hitting it as the shows continue in the off season. So
Yeah, I'm close.
Quality content, Vic. Thanks for that. Thanks for that, Vic. So we opened up this stream with a little bit of a meme here, but Lawler here, the host, along with CJ, Jahzo, and Chrome. We're going to be talking today about 2 specific topics. One, CJ is just extremely excited about because it means a whole lot of OCE discussion. And then the second one is kind of looking forward because right now we have technically entered the off season. We're just kind of waiting for who's going to join us in season 10. So kicking things off, if you guys don't know or what that copy paste is from chat, or if you guys are audio only, the thing we read at the very beginning is a tweet from one of the players from Esper. CJ, because this is your region and it affected you more than anybody, would you like to kind of take people down the rabbit hole of what happened, how it came to be, and the results of everything?
So last Sunday was obviously week 7 of OCA League play, the final week. So everything obviously, as it always does, comes down to the final week to determine placings. In OCE, there's a top 4 finals, not a top 6, like NA and EU. And basically, you know, all the matches played out, and it came down to the final match of Fury versus Esper. Now, due to game win-loss, stuff like that, this was to decide the 4th spot for finals. So if Fury won the series against Esper, they would have made top 4. If Esper won 3-0 or 3-1, they would be in top 4. So Fury wouldn't be in. But if Esper won 3-2, Renegades or us, we would make top 4. So I think Esper won the first 2 games, and then Fury began the reverse sweep, and it went to game 5. And due to it being now 2-2, Esper could no longer make it. So they basically chose to throw the game. So we didn't make top 4. So Fury got the top 4 spot. So that's pretty much it. And it, you know, the way they did it was very not discreet. So unfortunately for them, it was quite obvious as they were own goaling. So when we say throw, like they were purposely missing kickoffs, own goaling, stuff like that. And yeah, through the game, then obviously there was a lot of controversy around it. And one of the players sort of straight away was very remorseful and apologised and stuff like that. But the other 2 still are yet to apologise. And even Frenzy's still in here now saying they didn't choose to throw the game, even though their teammate has sent proof to Sonics that they did. So, yeah, it's good to see they're not that remorseful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And now the ruling came out today that they have a 1-year ban.
Now,
So, yeah.
before this gets out of hand quickly, I ask that the CJ Show chat stay respectful and not berate the player, even if he continues to do the wrong thing. But we're gonna try to keep this channeled and specific rather than everybody just kind of going in. We're gonna keep this on track. So,
Johnny Boy
if you guys
Raid.
could, we
Johnny
appreciate
Boy
it.
Raid.
Also, Johnny Boy, thank you for the massive raid. Appreciate you sending all the friends over. If you guys are just joining us or don't know what's going on, 2 ways we can kind of do this. First and foremost, obviously, we're talking about the ban situation. And if you would like to, Jahzo, pull up this little clip of fun by Fisho Kid.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Where are you sending it to me?
I will put it in chat. How's that?
That is wonderful.
Pretty sure it's Sonic.
Where would you like me to tweet you, CJ Show? What do you want?
Just put it in chat.
Okay, there you go. So for anybody who would like to know what we're discussing, this is what happened. So if you guys don't know the context or would like a visual that's tied with it, as CJ mentioned, went to game 5, determining factor to see who makes it into the top 4 for playoff potential. And then they, quote, chose not to throw. But
All right. I chose. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that. We'll see how that stands after this video.
every time I watch this and the players dribbling back towards their own net or Frenzy own goaling there, or
We'll just enjoy.
I don't even know where to begin.
We'll just enjoy the video. Minute and a half.
Of course,
Just play
now there are questions. It's how hard is Esper going to fight now that they're out? I mean, of course, they want to move up in the positions a little bit, fight for a little bit more cash.
This last game must have been crushing, just knowing that was it. Your playoff chances are gone, and you still have to play one more game. And now you're only really playing for Renegades to get a chance in, and you're just playing upset.
The game is ready. Let's get into it. We've had some great Rocket League today, and with a game 5 where so much is on the line, you could not ask for anything more.
Yeah, final game. Here's the kickoff. Only
I love
5
the
has
music.
decided to loosen.
Let's go along with the assumption that Esper is playing the best they can here as we continue the series. Fury,
It's a little hard.
we're gonna have to. So As you can see, they're passing it back. I mean, okay. All right, I don't think we can assume anymore.
I mean, what did it for me
no,
too?
there it goes. Fury let it drop to the ground.
You don't
Fury
Ronicky the
confirmed
kickoff
this,
twice in a row.
Fury
Like it just doesn't
final
happen.
spot
With all
in the
three, with all
playoffs.
both players
Yeah.
cheating.
Like, there's no excuse or reasoning that you can give me in professional Rocket League to reassure me that you're right.
So there's been a lot of responses. Most notable, Rizzo had one. Like, do you guys not have a match admin if you're having PC issues that you could have contacted after the first or second or third or fourth or fifth goal that was let in? I don't know. There's also ones about people saying you don't know your story, but yet when you've been reached out to by the media to get that story, you refuse to comment, from what I've read. So I think it's pretty straightforward. There's also other powers at hand that have more insight to this topic than I think any of us do, as they kind of reviewed it and made the decision. And it is what it is. So overall, from the guys that may not have watched Chrome, Jahzo, CJ, I think you guys were all there for the viewing party. I know CJ was.
Chrome dipped because he was
Yelling.
playing Path of Exile, but yeah, everybody else, we were there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching a stream, so
It was a grand time in the watch party, though.
It was. Got all three
Yeah.
Renegades players yelling. It was great.
It's put OC on the map for all the wrong reasons. So, and I think it's probably, just because NA&E had obviously finished, this was kind of sort of everyone was all eyes on OCE sort of thing, and unfortunately this happened. But respect to Steve as well for coming forward and speaking to us and straight after pretty much, and admins, and apologizing and telling the story, compared to, without naming names, the other two who still are trying to say they didn't throw, even though their teammates already given proof. But yeah, it's really disappointing for the OCE scene. But yeah, we'll just move on.
It's gonna be
Can't do anything about it.
It's gonna be really interesting if, when Frenzy is saying that they sent something to Psionics, that if it doesn't include anything about Delusion's computer freezing.
Yeah, because
It's really-
they can check that through server logs. But
It's really interesting how a lot of stories just don't line up, as was mentioned earlier. Stories are changing. Elements completely added, removed.
But yeah, there was a lot of people like saying, should Renegades get a spot? And we don't feel like we deserve a spot because, this was obviously something out of our hands. Obviously, if they won, we could have made top 4, but we should have. It's our fault for putting ourselves in that sort of position where a silly 3-2 exact scoreline put us in the top 4. So we're happy for Fury to be through there, and we'll be cheering them on as a bit of an underdog story because I feel like they're gonna, they're not going to probably get as much respect for making top 4, even though they were on their way to reverse sweeping anyway, and they finished up on 5 wins. So that's pretty good effort, 5-2. So respect to them, and I'll be cheering them on because I think it'll like taint the finals a bit based on this sort of a throw. So yeah, don't fight for it. I've seen a lot of comments, people adding us saying, you guys pissed because they didn't change championship standings. Not at all. This is fine. And good on them. So yeah, that's OC drama.
Have we ever seen anything like this before? I don't think. Like, we've had some controversial things here and there with like rule changes and stuff, but
like throwing.
yeah, I don't think we've ever had like one so blatantly.
It was the one with Splice and Dignitas and RLRS on NA side, but I don't think there's any punishment given or proof or whatever.
There was
That's
never
when-
any match
That was
fixing.
with like Turtle in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
It was when Splice started using like clown cars and Mercs and all that in the series because it didn't matter for them, I guess. And the dudes like could have got top 4 or something like that. But there was like no repercussions from that event, so I don't know what the deal is for that.
I guess it's a little different where if you're throwing versus using cars that aren't necessarily meta. Because it's not like you can punish someone for using a car that's different than what seems like to be the favorite car, right?
If that was the case, Flakes would have been banned weeks ago.
Yeah, Splice still played though, so it's hard to argue that they were purposely throwing.
That's what I was saying at the start as well. Unfortunately for them, it was so deliberately obvious, like that. It was clearly like a spur of the moment thing, and I feel like the reason why it was so obvious is because they didn't want to show, because you could just let in a crap goal like a whiff and then play properly, and no one would bring up anything. You could throw, and make it close. You know what I mean? But I think the reason is if it looked like it was a legit loss, then they didn't want to make it look like they lost to this team based on like a legit game in legit circumstances. They wanted to make it obvious that they were losing this match based on the fact that they aren't playing, but they didn't realize, the repercussions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they wanted to be like, lol, like we're doing this on purpose because their egos, are too big.
I think the reason why everybody's
sense.
like so convinced on it is you look at the contrast between the first couple of games and then the opposite. Like they went from being competitive matches, games 1 through 4, and then game 5 hits, and it's like they're dribbling towards their own net. It's like they forgot how to play the game.
Yeah.
Like, and it wasn't just like one person either. It wasn't just one person having PC issues. Like from watching that series, it just was this blatant like, what the hell is going on? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, you got the 2 kickoffs, the own goal. I think it was Frenzy with the not the Esper, the Fennec dribbling, stealing the ball.
Dribble back into the net.
They're like pre-jump at midfield, pinching into the other team's net. Like you don't do that in professional play. Like there's no excuse for that.
In a game 5, yeah.
There was times where someone like would go to dribble and they would just stop. Like they weren't even like trying to like beta 50 or anything. They just literally stopped in front of their net with the ball and just sat behind it. And I think Steve came in and like bumped somebody into it, and that's like why the play progressed. It was just like so weird to see. I don't know. There's just no good way about it. We like weren't mad at it. I sort of expected it. I didn't, I was just like, that was a possibility. If this is only game 5, like they're just going to throw. But it is still really disappointing. Like, honestly, Frenzy, Delusion Chat, still like we didn't receive a single apology from them. And I don't know if Frenzy's like just come up with this like excuse in his head and he's like, he's said it so much that he believes it now. But like, it's so like black and white, like this situation, that there's just no room to like, you just can't, there's no, I don't know how they're still making excuses. And obviously Delusion's tweet straight away, the Steve, very unprofessional Steve's outburst. But
luckily for them, they got a year to marinate and come up with an apology. Luckily they didn't get permabanned, so hopefully since they're young they can understand what they did was wrong, and hopefully bounce back professionally with that, because the fact that they're still making excuses is kind of sad.
Yep.
Oh man. Well, unfortunate for OCE, like you said, not the way that you guys want to kind of get noticed, but hopefully we see some miracle runs from whomever during the spring series, because you guys are going to have a week for that as well coming up, so that'll be exciting. Speaking of things coming up, though, we've got the promotion relegation, unless you guys have any final words on the Esper Fury situation.
I'm waiting for Sonics to put out a formal statement, because I get the verdict. I just want to maybe hear something other, like maybe more solid opinion from them.
Do you think they'll like share the details of like what happened, how they made the decision?
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some insight on their
I don't think they have
things.
to.
They don't. Yeah, they don't have to. But I mean, all we're going on right now about the ban is Wikipedia's tweet, right? And Wikipedia has some weird inside sources. So it'd be interesting to see if Sonics will give a statement and see what else they'll say.
It's the same thing with Valve when they banned iBuyPower for throwing, for match fixing, for bets and all that. Like they just gave a blog post and that was that. They don't need to explain why or show evidence. They did the research. They're not just making things up.
All right. Apparently there is an announcement by LPL. I don't know if I follow LPL on Twitter, so. And I know
LPL made one, but I don't know if it was like.
I don't think it was their decision. They probably like gave the footage and all that.
Maybe
because they're Psionic sanctioned, so decision is actually like just kind of carried down. They provide the information and then Psionics makes the final decision because they're the ones that fund it, I'm pretty sure. So
I'm just quickly checking the top of Rocket League Esports.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
What did we gain from intentionally losing the game? Yeah, that's the thing in the rules, Frenzy. You're not supposed to intentionally lose a game. If that's what you're saying. If that's not what you're understanding, you're supposed to play 100% at all times.
Well, okay, he's asking what did they gain? They gained laughter. by sending Renegades out. Like that's
The way he's phrasing it is, why would we intentionally lose the game? What do we gain from it? Like, what benefit is it to us if we lose? Is what he's trying to say.
There's no real benefit. It's all emotional, which is why it doesn't make sense that you did it, even though you did. But
Yeah.
all right, so it was Cyanix
Based on-
Ian that posted the Reddit post. So it's Cyanix side.
So you don't reckon there's going to be an official statement?
I mean, I think this is the official statement. There's no in-depth opinions or like behind-the-scenes insight. It's just saying their actions broke a section. They list the section and saying that they had an investigation that turned up that they broke it. So, which I guess is all you really need.
They just cite the ruling. Yep. They're just like, we've come to the conclusion that these guys didn't live up to Section 7.2, which is competitive integrity, and then cite the collusion.
I mean, when you got literally every professional player and figure in the Rocket League community saying that they threw just from like looking at the series, like I can't fathom an excuse that can warrant your defense. You know, like as a player, you're not okay. You say you guys weren't talking, but the fact of the matter is you guys were messing about in a professional match. Take your ban on the face and hold that L for a year.
I thought at the start they like didn't understand the seriousness of it, but even after the ruling,
They still don't understand the seriousness
they
of it.
still don't understand the seriousness of it.
It's one
Disappointing.
thing if a group of people that are doing a watch party are biased towards the people they're doing a watch party with are missing out, and it's similar to how you might think someone's cheating if they headshot you a few times in a row in CS or something like that. But when you have a lot of well-respected RLCS pro players come out and publicly say on Twitter without even looking at any other influences or just something that it looks like you're throwing, and they come to the same conclusion, it's pretty obvious. I didn't realize how obvious it was until after the fact, because I thought I was just biased. And that's what's interesting to me. Is
I didn't even see the first two kickoffs. Like, I saw like the tail end of the second one, and you guys were talking about it during the viewing party, because I was messing with other stuff on stream. I had no idea. You guys are like, yeah, but look, the kickoffs. Well, I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. And I still was convinced after not seeing the kickoffs, and the kickoffs are the most like blatantly obvious part. So, yeah, it's just, I just don't. From seeing pros play as long as I have never in my entire history seen anybody play like that consistently, unintentionally. I just,
no,
I've never seen someone play that shit on accident.
Even if
as a pro, even OCE,
even if you don't care about the game,
I just can't. Like, I can't grasp the concept of what's trying to be argued. It just doesn't.
We were like 4 goals down in the grand finals, Montreal game 7,
I'm
and we were
gonna
still
end
trying.
this right now. You can't expect us to pop off on zero motivation. Your motivation is to fucking win and make top 4.
Well, and he contradicted himself. He said, "Why would we throw when there's $2,000 on the line?"
Your motivation should be the extra $1,000.
It makes no sense what he just said.
If you win that game 5, you get an extra $1,000 Australian per player, and you get
no. It's American. It's real money.
Well, it's two $2,000 American for the whole team, 1,000 odd.
So that's $3,000 Australian.
$3,000 Australian, basically.
I mean, I don't know if you guys got this, but he said there's literally zero motivation. Then his other excuse is like, "Why would we throw this $2,000 on the line?"
Yeah,
you really contradict yourself. Just take the L, man.
Yeah.
All right. If your main goal is getting top 4 and then you don't hit it, but then you still have motivation to get an extra $1,000 Australian per player, take this year ban and reevaluate your motivation. Because your motivation for this game, well, I get it, you're an OCE, your prize pool's maybe less, your salary is maybe less if you have one. Your motivation should be competition at this point. Like, you should be trying to win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you don't get top 4. You should be trying to prove that you actually can beat someone.
It doubles down.
Steve's just come in to chat and said at Frenzy, stop lying, man. It's all done. Just own up. Same with delusion. So even the teammates now come in and said, can you cut it out? Like,
it's just the frustration is
that's really funny.
It's not just the immediate response. Yes, you're banned for a year, but who's gonna want to team with you now? Like,
your reputation's in the gutter. Too. Who's gonna want to sign you? What org is gonna want to sign you? Even after the year, it's kind of similar to what happened with the CS:GO IBP thing. Those players were almost untouchable, especially since they were banned for life. But even
You're a
still.
bunch of trolls. God damn it.
Yeah, honestly, big respect to Steve. Like, even if obviously Steve says that he didn't have any involvement. Even if he did, the fact that he owned up, like, even if Frenzy and Delusion owned up to it and sent all of us at Renegades an apology, perhaps, and apologized publicly as well, then you might get a lesser sentence, and we might respect you a bit more. But like, literally, the fact that your teammate has literally told the admins and us exactly what happened, and that you guys thought it was funnier for us to not make league play because you have a grudge against us, rather than earning more money, perhaps, or just playing the game. You guys thought it was funny that we didn't make it, and you're still trying to fabricate excuses after you've been banned for a year. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Oh boy.
Just take the year, chill out. Let's talk about promo, shall we?
Yeah. Can we also make a discussion about a certain age requirement being raised or something? I don't something.
Well, apparently he's 25 years old, so according to chat. So, so I don't know. Maybe he's wearing a diaper because he's still a baby. So let's just move on.
Let's talk about promos. We got a legendary player in promos. Another one, 2 seasons in a row. Kronovi going up against Stromboli, a team that took RLRS this season by storm. They led the league for a lot of the season. What do you guys think about this matchup?
Kronovi, please.
Just Kronovi, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chrome, stop getting distracted by kids yelling in chat.
No, I'm looking at Wikipedia right now on my other monitor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Notice how his face is glowing. That's Liquipedia.
Yeah, that's Wikipedia versus Dark Mode on Twitch.
Yeah.
This is this weekend, right?
Yo, is
I've
Lucas
lost
in
track.
chat?
Yeah, this Saturday and Sunday.
Is Lucas in
No.
chat? At Lucas.
There's gotta be a dark mode for Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna. I was just gonna message. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna message him.
Here, I know.
Yo,
some
everybody-
everybody-
Everybody tweet at Lucas and just ask for dark mode when. I'm sure that won't bug him.
Yeah, why isn't there a dark mode? Surely.
Okay,
is it really hard?
Why can't? Oh wait, did they finally make it to the left bar? Oh, the left bar goes off.
Lucas, you're in chat. Dark mode when, please.
How'd you get the left bar off? Did they
How did
watching the show?
This is new. The left bar wouldn't go off before, but now they need
That's cold.
they need a blue bar toggle somewhere. They need a blue bar toggle. They need a dark mode. I don't know what Lucas can do about that because that's a Wikipedia wide. Well, he can get the word up, yeah.
Yeah, but don't you know Lucas does everything on Liquipedia, so it's just you just add him and things happen.
Lucas is Wikipedia.
We're working on dark mode. Let's go. That's all I needed to hear. I appreciate the communication from Lucas. It means a lot, man.
So, Rogue won Astro. Even though Astros don't mean much.
I mean, there wasn't really any.
Unless it's 2 in a row and your name's Jahzo.
True.
Wait, what?
Hey,
they won
guess
the most
what?
recent
When you
Astro?
win 2 Astros in a row right before regionals, you win regionals 100% of the time. Let's go. Pog. Pure C.
I love the data pool you're pulling that from. The one time.
The one time.
Yeah.
Jahzo, I'm going to say this. You deserve to be cocky after having your awful last season and then having this amazing season now. I'll let you have
Turnaround,
it.
huh?
Yeah, all the hate and shit that you guys are getting and all the which is crazy. You guys have some really dedicated fans, but then you got some guys that are just things aren't perfect right now and we're upset and you're gonna hear about it.
Yeah, last season was a rough one. We're good
Yeah, I
now
can
though.
imagine.
It's fine. Not we're a good team. That's just pure C. I'm saying we're good mentally.
Yeah, you guys stuck it out, paid off. It's good shit. Yeah. So first match, Rogue Stromboli. Rogue, and I'll put this out there, I just can't see Rogue losing in this.
I can't either.
I have no comment.
I think Rogue. Well, I guess you really have no comment.
I don't know. I haven't seen Stromboli play, but I think, yeah, surely Rogue don't lose. How good is Stromboli?
I mean,
Well,
they're top 4.
three.
I mean, they're
Top 4.
definitely top 4 RLRS, right? I mean, obviously they made it.
If you had to place, let's do it this way. If you had to place Stromboli and Charlotte Phoenix, 1 through 10 in the RLCS, where would you place them?
Both at the bottom 2.
Is there
I would
any
have
chance of
Charlotte.
them?
I would have Charlotte Phoenix higher if their players can perform when things are on the line. That's their biggest issue. When something's on the line, their players just do not show up. Like they can do well throughout the whole season, but then when it comes to that final match, they always choke.
Yeah, but as it stands now, their results, how they think they play, if Stromboli and Charlotte were both promoted, they would be bottom 2.
We said that about Sonics. They got top 4, so you can't really. I don't know. I feel like you can't really say that nowadays.
Yeah, but I mean, look at who's on those rosters too. Like, there's experience.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Seth, knows how to get top 6, I guess. And then go 0-8 regionals. Sorry, Seth, you. Because I know there's a decent chance he's listening right now.
0-16, man. 0-16.
0-16, get it right, Jahzo.
Well, I meant, yeah. 0-16.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Seth is going to hire hitmen to get us.
And
Hopefully
after
it's
I called him out in
himself,
his
second
speech the other week. Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see United getting knocked down. But it's
I don't
going to
feel
be
like
like
United retains their spot, personally.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's going to be one of Stromboli or Charlotte Phoenix, the winner between those two, I think.
I could see that being a team that disbands if they get knocked, and then you see like the Hawks situation go through. Or
I mean, do you think like Hawks gets picked up though? I feel like his stock went a little downhill this season with their performance overall. Kind of lackluster.
I don't know. Even with him not performing, I think that might just be the team situation he's in as compared to the overall as a player. I
was watching Reddle's stream and he said that he doesn't care. Like he could be insane, but he just really doesn't give a shit.
Who?
I mean,
Hoxer.
talking with him.
That's what Reddle said yesterday.
Talking with Hoxer personally, like Cloud9 was his dream situation. Like he wants to play for that team so bad, like the org, etc. So for it to be there and then kind of be just like, nope, really demotivated him, I think.
How old's
Sucks.
Hoxer?
He's like 17.
He's on the
18,
younger side.
16, 17.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see Rogue losing this, but how convincingly do they win? Keep in mind all these series are best of 7.
I think Rogue will have a bit of a slow start. Plus, it'll take some time, I think, for the RLCS teams to adjust to the RLRS playstyle because it's very sloppy. It's hard to predict.
Hoxer's 18. Interesting.
Yeah,
I do resonate with that slow start on Rogue's side.
Yeah.
They definitely, even if it's not a slow start, I've seen them lose games just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen them go into a slump for a game or two at a time. A lot of times that ended up being in the beginning of a series as well.
Yeah, it's weird too. I mean, I don't really want to talk about Astro because Astro is just Astro, but they played Warriors International, which is an RLRS team, and they went up 3-1 in the series, and they almost lost it. They went to Game 7, and I was completely surprised. And Warriors International didn't even retain an RLRS spot, so it makes you wonder, like, are they capable of knocking out all these teams when it comes to Saturday?
It's also a lot more pressure. I mean, guys, Jahzo, you can speak to this. The mentality of what it's like to be in the promotion relegation. Do you want to speak about like what the team goes through for being RLCS and dropping down as compared to, having a really successful season and having a chance to play in?
It's almost destroying. Like the stress of potentially going down as an RLCS team going down versus an RLRS team going into promotion. Like you have nowhere to go but up as an RLRS team going into promotion, but you have like nowhere to go but down if you're in Rogue or United side. So if Rogue isn't in the right mindset, it'll get to them hard, and it might tilt them. Well, not like tilt them in the general sense, but it will tilt them into a place where they just can't get any motivation going, any momentum.
And also thinking too, like you have a chance to lose your job as a professional player, losing that juicy salary, playing at the highest level, all because of one day.
Yeah.
So it can really affect your mind as well as a player, your morale.
Are we predicting like this whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
It's pretty quick.
Let's do it.
It's not many series, and it's only 2 to do. So
What?
4-2 for Rogue. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I would
say
hope so.
4-1 Rogue.
I'd say 4-2 as well.
if we predict Stromboli, we're just like praying for an upset, just because Rogue shit themselves. Surely, so I think
Yeah.
Rogue, you have to. The odds are with them.
You said 4-1, Rob?
Yeah, I said 4-1. You guys can put 4-2.
4-2. We love being safe.
It's the
I just
4
think-
2s and 3 1s.
I just think Stromboli's going to have a faster start. Rogue's going to start slow. Rogue will adjust game 2. They'll start to gain some momentum. Then pressure's on. They'll falter.
Yeah.
Stromboli will figure it out. And then we'll have a convincing win because, something like First Killer's feeling it or something. I don't know. That's just how I see it playing out.
The thing is with Rogue too, they have this play style that they want to play fast at all times
Mhm.
and play any other team's half a lot, which is very punishing at the RLCS level. Like it does not work, in my opinion. That's why they had a pretty bad season. But I think with RLRS teams it could work because RLRS teams like to play fast and they don't really think too much.
They give you free opportunities because they're trying to just make sure they're the first to the ball every time, even if it's not a good decision. It just
Yeah.
opens up free chances. So I think that veteran experience, I think Kronovi's really gonna shine. Like his ability to make sure he doesn't challenge for stuff, I think will help him out. So
I think First Killer would be the fastest on the pitch on
oh yeah.
all these series if they were to play either of these teams.
Yeah.
What about United Phoenix?
It's a little bit
I
more
think
close.
Yeah, I think with E United, I swear I said at the start of the season, like they don't just do enough as a team. Like they obviously made Worlds last season, but I think we predicted them around 6th or 7th or 8th around there. I'm not sure at the start of the season, but they I don't know. They just don't have like that edge, I don't know. Just Ajax popped off for 1 week, I remember, but I think that team is going to disband no matter what happens
Yeah.
or break up.
Especially at the
somewhere.
beginning of the season, it seemed like they really wanted to win. Like they're playing really fast, solid. But towards the end of the season, it's just like very timid, a lot of double commits, trying to force a lot of passes, and it just was not working with them. It seems like they just lost a lot of morale.
Ironically, the last time that like United really was like, okay, sweet, was when they beat Rogue in week 4. They 3-0'd them. And it was like a close series, but that was the last time I think that I was actually like, okay, they still have that potential. Then loss after loss until they go against PK in week 7, where they go to 5. But that was just like it was a really sloppy game. And then they played Chrome and the boys in Space Station the very last week, and you guys swept them. So we haven't really seen like a big fight out of United since week 4. Do you think that changes at all, knowing what's on the line, or does it just make it worse?
I mean, I personally had them losing to Charlotte Phoenix here, like 4-3. I just don't see what they have nowadays. They completely like changed their play style, and it's just they have no morale.
I don't think E United has any motivation, any cohesion. But I also look at Charlotte Phoenix, and if E United somehow pull out like some motivation, I don't see Charlotte Phoenix.
Charlotte Phoenix to me only throws
consistent
when
enough.
everything's on the line. Like, I think they'll be fine in the semis, but as soon as it hits that winter final, and then they
But-
drop down again, that's when I worry.
That's why I
I
have
feel like
Charlotte
they're
winning
here
this first
again. Though.
series.
I don't. Yeah, I
I could see Charlotte winning. Yeah.
I did talk shit about E United, but to their credit, they are obviously the more battle-hardened team. They've been playing RLCS teams week in, week out, and they're not getting stomped. They weren't like terrible. What do they take PK? They beat a Cloud9 that was terrible. So that was like a win you probably can't count. But they're taking games with NRG and stuff, and I think that they're way more battle-hardened than Charlotte. And I think there's a lot of pressure now on Charlotte because they're here again to make it.
Pressure will get
I
to
don't
come.
It's
Shadow
true, but
is
it's an entirely different team though, with Shadow and Turnturo. Like Shadow's been in that moment, but like for Turin, I mean Turo's cracked. Like there's some really good talent
Shadow
on that
really-
squad.
At one point, I would have said Jay Wiz was cracked too.
You would have.
Yeah. Do you not remember Jay Wiz, like 2017 Jay Wiz, 2018 Jay Wiz?
I do, but
When
I
they-
never would have called him cracked.
When they came into RLCS 2018, was it like before or after DreamHack Leipzig? They were like good. I thought Jay was really good.
Yeah,
player.
Jay Wiz was popping off then. He was probably similar in my head to how Turinturo is now. But my problem is still Shadow is inconsistent on defense. And I don't know that Karma steps up even in semifinals. I mean, I can't really... All my thoughts go back to promos when we were in it and we played Charlotte Phoenix round 1, but that was also 5 months ago.
Yeah. I feel like Karma is playing solid, but I feel like she needs to pull a little bit more weight because Turin's playing super solid. When I watched the series against Chaos, it's just like those later games, Shadow just started missing the ball a lot. A lot of open nets. He had free shots on it. He just hit the crossbar, stuff like that. A lot of bad touches, just panicking all around. It's really going to be up to Karma and Turin to step up for sure.
Shadow's definitely an emotional player. Karma, I think this is a really good place for her. She doesn't have to be the best player on the team right now. Like, she has other people that can help. So hopefully that alleviates all that pressure. But like, we've seen Karma have potential in these moments. We've seen her, hit the ceiling shots and be the only one scoring for her team before. It's just she has to get out of her own head and not overcommit and not feel like she has to do everything because things aren't going. Like, they need to really make sure they take it game by game, because if they don't, before they know it, they're going to be in the lowers and it's going to be over. So I can see arguments from both. Like, I totally understand what CJ's saying. Like, the benefit of playing against RLCS teams every single week really helps. But again, we haven't seen them play those matches in a week and a half, 2 weeks now. So I don't know. Who do you think has been grinding harder in this off time?
Not United.
Definitely not a United.
Definitely
like,
not a
if
United.
we're going to base it on that, Charlotte are going to win.
So that's why I want to give the edge to Charlotte in 7.
Still think just a United have played together for so long they could just rock up and just put in a really strong series. But I'm happy to go Charlotte.
Jahzo, what do you think?
I think it's tough. I think it definitely goes.
I'm going to go
game
with my
7.
heart. Charlotte.
Your heart says Charlotte.
Yeah.
Lawler's brain says Charlotte. My brain says United should be the better team. They've been to Worlds, but I'm worried about their motivation.
That was a long time ago, buddy.
Yeah, it was, but I don't know. It's hard to say that the team would go from going. Well, I mean, we did it, going from being at Worlds, going all the way down to.
But
promos.
then you bounce back. It's not like all doom and gloom for United. They did make Worlds, and you still have to be a good team to make Worlds. And it's not like they've had any roster changes since then. They've just lost their edge, like G2 did.
I can't feel, but that I have to give it to United in Game 7. But I could definitely see Charlotte pulling it out. But I have to give it to United Game 7.
Do we straw pull it with chat?
What did Crumb say?
Yeah,
I said Game 7 Charlotte.
Yeah, we're split.
That is 3 Charlottes.
I don't know. I think if it's going to Game 7, do you think Charlotte's seriously going to clutch that?
I mean, it's the first series. It's not for qualifying for RLCS. So I think they have the edge in that aspect.
Yep.
But when it comes to
if this was winner finals or loser finals and it goes 7, oh yeah, there's no way they're winning.
Let's do. There's an in-game poll. How do I do
in-game?
poll? No, in-game.
In
Sorry.
stream?
In stream. In chat. What is it?
/poll.
Oh, let's go. Question. Can
I like how we've all got our org stuff on, and then Lawler has his Twitch stuff on. It's like
technically Twitch
team,
is
team,
right?
team,
It's like he's a
streamer.
It's like he's a full-time content creator now.
Yeah, full-time content creator. Coach,
Allow
player,
additional-
streamer.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, CJ, that reminds me.
Do a 5-minute poll. We'll monitor it and then we'll come back.
CJ, check your DMs.
How'd that go, chat? Yo, streamers, co-hosts, put your votes in there too, for me. So you 3 put in CLT, because I know you're all watching chat. So guys, coach, player, coach. While we're waiting for this poll to finish, shout out to Discord for changing the order of where the cameras were.
I think it was a Discord update because there was a bunch of different icons and stuff like that.
In their defense, I haven't seen a pixely camera yet.
Same.
So
Looks good.
yeah,
You guys are looking good. I'm still waiting on CJ to get a better chair. Can't believe he's still on Tainted Minds.
It's just honestly like the comfiest thing ever. It's like an extra large. It's you know the one sometimes you see it lands in like normal size and you're like all cramped up. You like can't.
Yeah,
move
Oh yeah, I
around.
like
This
the king
This
version.
is like this is a king version. I'm got so much room. I'm man spreading right now. Oh, actually love this shit. And you know, Tainted Mind. It's actually one of the best esports brands I reckon there ever was.
You know, our description for the show says 2 coaches and a player and host Lawler. Because originally it would make sense to say 2 coaches, a player, and an RLCS host. But I don't know what to call you, Lawler, besides just our host.
I'm just me,
He's the
man.
concept man.
It's called branding, man.
Yeah, and Lola.
It's called
Everything.
branding.
Consultant?
You just know me as me.
Consultant.
Hi, me. I'm me.
He's our consultant.
All right.
I don't need a
so-
title. People just know me.
So someone says
Seriously.
2 coaches, a player, and a guy who plays with John Sandman.
That's ironically enough, I get recognized more as the guy who plays with John than I do anything else in game. That's how
You
big
said
of a
that
reach
before.
those guys have. It's unreal.
I get recognized for the show quite a bit, which is pretty cool.
That's sick.
Quick note,
Sure.
while this poll is going on, we did get a big fatty host from Johnny, and a lot of you haven't left yet, so if you're enjoying the show and you haven't followed already, follow the Twitch channel and ! social in chat. You can follow our Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, go to our Spotify, keep up with all of that. You'll see our VODs, our audio-only postings. Keep up with the Twitter, what's going on. You'll see Jahzo measurements for things that aren't in my room, can be done in show. Things like that.
That was great too, by the way. That went better than I expected from you. Well done.
It'll be better when I get a new phone. My phone's kind of stiff right now.
I appreciate you stepping up, laying down. I don't know.
Get it
Stepping
up.
up.
Stepping up, laying down. Laying down on the stairs.
Kudos to you, Jahzo. Not everybody can lay down on the floor like you can. Good job.
Yeah, everybody's unique.
So, United Charlotte Phoenix. I think we're pretty convinced, guys. I don't
Yeah,
think
it's all there. It's all there.
It's a lot of votes. Well done, everyone. There's a lot of people here. Hello, if you're new. If you're not a regular.
Welcome,
How you
welcome.
doing?
In
Drop
case
a
you don't know
follow.
who this is, it's Chrome, coach of SSG, number 2 team in North America. CJ,
Space Station.
player on the number 5th team in the team.
Don't say number. Just play for Renegades. Move on. How dare you?
Jahzo, number 1 coach in NA, and Lawler.
Jahzo, let's not forget
Seriously.
you were in promo
I'm just-
relegations last season, okay?
Hey, let's not
I
forget
get too
our
cocky.
comeback story is better than your any story.
Hey, I'm Mr. Consistent over here, okay?
just a quick
Yeah,
punch
5
in
out
the
of-
ribs.
5 out of 6 seasons, top 2, by the way. Consistent.
And I've been
Alright.
top 2 3 seasons in a row.
Well, I had 4 before I lost.
How about this? You all suck. I'm the only one who's been to every land. Moving on.
True story. I already
let's
locked in
fill out
4-3
this
for
bracket.
Charlotte.
Let's fill out this bracket.
Do we want to go to losers first?
Rogue. It's Rogue versus Phoenix, and then we'll do lowers first. Yeah.
Playing down.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just
I
trying to
don't-
progress the show, chat. That's all,
I don't have
that's all
Epic
I
Pen
want.
Pro, so I'm not writing out the full name, so you'll have to go off the first letters.
Alright. We doing winners?
Let's do losers. It's
Alright.
juicy. Stromboli versus United.
United, surely. They're
Surely,
better than
right?
Stromboli. Surely.
It's got to be like
I want to
4-2,
go
4-1.
4-2. 4-2.
4-2 United.
What's it with us doing 4-2s as the safe ones?
Hey, remember when we're like, yeah, super convincing pick, Dignitas 3-0, and then they
And
got,
we should have gone safe.
yeah, it was bad.
Always go safe. 4-2.
The thing is, I don't think any of these teams are good enough to get a 4-0, you know? I
Yeah.
feel like they're all on kind of like the same level, in my opinion. So I don't feel like there'll be any sweeps.
Both coming off a loss. Who do you think takes it harder?
Stromboli.
I think it'd be United. They're one game away
Stromboli's
from.
never
Nah.
made it in this situation before, so...
United in the last-ditch effort to keep their spot, even if they make a change, if they keep a spot, I think that...
I mean,
Yeah.
the players knowing that if they lose this, they're out of the RLCS. Like that's a lot of pressure, man.
United will do well with that pressure, where Stromboli has no idea how to handle that pressure yet. Give Stromboli time, and they'll come back, probably. I don't think Stromboli is ready for that pressure yet. They could prove me wrong, though. I still think United win this 4-2. I don't know. Because I could see United making a complete loser bracket run right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of games, which I think benefits them too.
Gives them time to get motivation, especially after the first win and
Get the
losers.
momentum going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they fall into a groove, they just get to keep crushing games out. And they're best of sevens too, which I'm sure they're huge fans of.
Because like a peek forward, I think United wins this first Stromboli. Rogue will beat Charlotte Phoenix, and then United will blast Charlotte Phoenix with the momentum they have. And then we won't have any changes.
That would be a spicy rematch too.
It's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most times they go 1-1, which means whoever lost first actually stays in or promotes.
I think that's happened like almost every single promo relegations that I could think of,
It's a lower bracket run, man.
except for last season with Cloud9 and G2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I would give it to United.
Chrome, final deliberation.
I got United 4-2.
Wow, we just all said the same thing. What about Rogue Charlotte?
I mean, surely it's Rogue, right?
Look at that E.
Mm.
Yeah,
That
you
looked
erased
good.
the-
That's a good
you erased
C
the first
too.
one, though.
It'll be like a game 7 Rogue wins.
Game 7? Yeah, I can see that actually.
Yeah, the Rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Charlotte
Rogue.
will fight for it, but
Oh my gosh, that 4.
Ugh.
that was a little flair on that one.
It's so gross. How many does Charlotte win? Are we going all the way to game 7, or is it like,
Yeah, why not?
why not?
I mean, they're capable of beating these teams. It's just whether they show up or not.
And are we going full storyline for United? What do you guys think?
Oh, not again. Not again.
Surely
can
Charlotte
do
makes it, but
I want Charlotte to make it.
I want them to make it too, but
We say that every season, though. Except for that one time they actually did it.
they can't completely choke again. They can't pull a mouse and
They can't do it again. They do it again. They can't do it again. Again. They do it again. Like so many times. Ironically, like back in the old school League of Legends days, there was a team by the name of Curse before it got bought out by Twitch. That was the gatekeeper team. They always took last, and challenger teams always had to play into them to qualify back up. Charlotte's pretty much the gatekeeper team for RLRS teams. You have to beat Charlotte, and then you get a chance. They'll never make it back up. But it just, that's how it feels. I don't know. Yeah, he agrees.
Did you hear
It's
that?
heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
Was that loud?
You didn't hear that? How could anybody not hear that?
I don't know, because I don't hear it as loud because I have headphones on.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
who that
Rizzo.
was. I think that was
That's-
Chicago,
that's-
actually.
That was definitely Rizzo. I think he's doing his boomer mode stuff where he loses money.
I thought he finished his stream already.
No, I don't know.
I don't know. That was emotional.
sounded
I could
like
feel
Rizzo.
the emotion pierce my heart as I heard it.
I heard it from here, and I'm like 2,000 miles away, man.
True. So Charlotte does it.
Oh, that's tomorrow. Yikes.
Yeah, I think that's Chicago. Charlotte, really? Did all three of you just say Charlotte and I missed it?
I want Charlotte to make it.
Yeah, I was
too.
going to go with my heart because
Like-
I just want to.
Okay, let's try to be logical about this. So Charlotte is playing in a match that is either qualifying for the RLCS or going back to the RLRS. Does that matter?
Yes.
Good or bad?
Bad for
Does it
Charlotte.
Bad matter.
Bad matter.
And is it because of one player
Whole
or is it
team.
because the whole team?
Bad
Even though
matter.
some of those players have never been in those situations before?
Oh, it's even worse for those ones.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get our thought process out loud here.
See, here, my thought process right now is if I'm thinking about motivation, I'm thinking back to Peeps winning Montreal, but there was no RLCS qualification match. right? That was just they had nothing to lose, so they played well. The difference here is there's everything to lose. Because this would now be Charlotte's second chance at promoting this season alone. And if they lose, they're out again for like the third season in a row or whatever, how long it's been. However many times I've seen Karma's tweets about this is our road back to RLCS.
In her defense, they always get really close.
Yeah, but close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
I'm not thinking at all. It's just pure heart. Charlotte, please, just
Pure
win.
H, pure H.
Please.
That's
This
my
is no
heart, but
thought
my brain
process.
says United Game 7.
My brain says United Game 7. My heart doesn't care. Unlucky.
I already get it, Jahzo. You only care about G2.
And you.
I'd be more happy
And
if we
CJ.
predicted Charlotte
It's
and they
a
made
good
it.
quality to have, man.
I care about my co-hosts. Get
I
that
want
straight.
to I want to know how they're playing that day, right? Like if they just look bad and
Yes.
Shadow looks non-existent, you know, like
It's gonna be rough for both teams, unless United. Depending on United, how they look against Stromboli, this could be very rough for both teams. Being in this spot right here. It's gonna be heart wrenching if Charlotte don't do
United,
it. But
United's gonna have momentum coming through as well. I don't know, man.
I mean, if Charlotte loses that close series to row, they're going to be thinking like, "Oh my God, are we not going to make it again?" And they're going to get even more nervous.
they're gonna be whiffing all over the place.
Yeah, and they don't seem like the team that bounces back in the middle of a tournament. That's their biggest flaw as a team, in my opinion.
I'm gonna look at their series. Hold on.
Yeah. So it says Crow. Yeah, Cronovi is now technically the mountain that RLRS players have to climb instead
Oh,
of
no.
RLCS players.
Ouch.
I mean, I
Gone
said
from-
one of the teams wouldn't retain, but now I'm thinking like, I don't know. I feel like United retains somehow.
If this is how it ends up, then I think they both retain. If EU United beats Charlotte in their first series, then EU United lose to whoever wins losers round 1.
That's fair.
Because I think Rogue beats United in this.
Yeah, I'll go with that too. If this is how it goes, I think United wins.
I also don't like the trend. Well, I can't ignore the trend, rather, of the team who loses the first time wins the rematch later in the tournament in losers
Yeah.
finals. Like that's happened so many times in promos relegations,
Mm-hmm.
just because of losers momentum.
Looking back at all the series so far for this season, even in RLRS for Charlotte Phoenix, there's been numerous times where they've either won convincingly, or if they do get to the point of where there's like contention where like they've got to battle it out, they've lost every time. One goal game differentials, OTEs, like they've never clutched it out. The only one where you could kind of give it to them was their first game against Monkey, where they lost game 1 and then they won 3 in a row. But all those games were pretty convincing from the looks of it, from score lines and stuff. 2 1-goal games to end it, but like
I mean, their
It's not
RLRS
really-
season started off really slow, and then when they got
Yeah.
towards the middle of the season, they started destroying every team. And then when they got to that match where, like you said,
yeah,
everything's on the line against Chaos.
yep.
they
2
choked.
OTs and like those games are close, and that's why I think we debate about it as much as we do. But I just can't. I have to go with United. I think they're gonna have momentum going into it. They've got experience. You know, they're battle tested, as CJ said. Like, as much as I love the people on Charlotte Phoenix, like United, same thing. Like, they're good people. They've been in these kind of positions, like the really tough ones too. LAN experience, like going to Worlds is no joke. So I just want to see that team again, because it has been a very long time since we've seen that at United. But I'll give it to them in a close one.
Heart says Charlotte Phoenix. Brain says E United. Which one are we believing?
My brain. I'm going to United.
My heart.
So you're
Messiah
going
with the
heart.
prime sub. I'm going heart.
Chrome, you going hard or brain?
The bracket plays out like this. I have United making it.
Then I have to go United then too. Because I'm going my
All right.
brain.
Get wrecked, CJ.
Damn it.
Now you can be
Alright,
the only
do
one
it.
who's right. That's the real big brain
Yay.
play. That's the bigger brain play from CJ.
Yeah.
Goes with his heart, so his brain can win. Hey,
All right. Let me.
CJ, stop pestering the people.
Do it again.
What is going on? There we go.
Other than Cloud9 and G2 keeping their spots, when's the last time we saw like two teams retain?
Never.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
I'm pretty sure. Wasn't that the first time?
That's the first time, yeah. I think.
I don't remember.
Yet again, we spend 40 minutes on NA and then we just breeze through EU. Woo!
It's because the prediction's
Sorry,
already
EU
there.
fans.
Actually, I always love seeing this. How accurate is this going to be? How parallel?
Didn't Tox just
Espanol's
get in
actually
trouble?
looking pretty good.
Yeah, didn't Tox just get in trouble? Has
Who?
been banned
What?
from the Rising Stars for cheating and toxic behavior. What's
The
the
team is
Rising
talks
Stars?
on.
Espanol.
Ooh.
Wait, just then? Or
This was like today. The Golden Dust organization communicates the RCD Espanol team, a club that participated in the first division. No, this is some off. I don't know if this will translate over, if Sonics will do anything.
Unless it's affecting Sonics, they don't really care too much about stuff like that, I feel.
Yeah, name checks out.
Talks did the switch to spectator and back to get to defense.
Oh yeah, he did the cheeky rotation.
Change
Yeah.
team swap.
Yep.
Let's see.
I would love if that was an allowed mechanic in 2v2s.
Allowed mechanic in twos.
And like, imagine if you're playing a twos tournament that allowed you guys to like change team and respawn back on defense.
He claims he's going to change settings. I mean, I can agree with that.
Okay, he says that, but this happened against your team, Rob. My
Yeah.
team versus your team. Sypical.
Yeah,
had-
typical because he lags a lot in scrims or whatever, and he has to change his input buffer. So he does it, and it's happened before. So I can attest.
But the
that.
instant he
I
did
definitely
it,
believe that.
he called for the pause.
Well, that's because I told him I like asked for the pause because he was lagging. Like he
Well,
was
'cause
hesitant on asking for a pause. I was like, we cannot play like that if we need a if you're lagging. We have to pause. I'm talking about like in scrims it's happened where he accidentally hits change team and stuff like that because he's trying to switch his settings.
But didn't he accidentally hit change team in a match?
No. He did it on purpose. In the match.
He did the change team?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Was that Astra or was that... I don't remember.
RLCS. It was on the
That
finals.
regionals
Game
there?
one.
I see. So I could believe it, but normally you'd ask for like a pause or something if that happened. I don't know.
I mean, you can't get a pause in a tourney that's not sanctioned by Sonic. So
I guess
Hey,
that's
legend.
true.
Basic's done an actual thing of our predictions, so we don't have to have the
Oh,
cleaner writing. Big ups.
I love that.
thank you.
So have to worry about the writing. Nice. Very good. Is there a way? Can I edit? Is there
No,
like?
Lucas just trusts our opinion so much he's just like, yep, this is how it's gonna play out.
Well, I
Here's the
was wondering if is there an invisible number here that I can inspect element and make visible?
Nah, they're the Wikipedia guys, so he probably edited it himself
I see.
with the admin moderator use or whatever.
My man. All right, EU time.
My man.
God.
Endpoint Solary.
I think endpoint wins. 4-2.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Giles is just
Happy.
really proud of that too. He doesn't want to.
I honestly think, yeah, I like endpoint.
I do like
compared
endpoint.
to-
Maybe
compared to Monaco, and I like them.
I don't think this is going to happen. But yeah, 4-2. Well, maybe 4-1.
Oh man, like I've seen some good things out of them from
Yeah.
like the couple of series I've watched, like when I've tuned in.
Is your elbow okay, CJ?
Yeah, I smacked it. I'm alright though.
For those audio listeners that have no idea what just happened. All you hear is just like a gigantic smack.
Who's over here just throwing elbows?
Who's on Solar Ray?
Exo, I can't even say his name. Maloshishu.
What?
That's
I see.
just reading, bro. Just reading.
Just
Trying
read on
to.
forehead.
Oh my, I didn't even know they were French. Jeez, the French are taking over Rocket League.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a time in CS when France took over.
Now it's all about the Danish. I just can't give it to them over
Endpoint's looked
Endpoint.
good lately.
Yeah, like I've seen
Endpoint's-
Endpoint do some really good things.
Endpoint's good enough to win this.
Yeah, I think Endpoint will make it all the way through.
Are we happy with 4-2?
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
4-1, honestly.
I'd probably go 4-1 actually.
I bet Siege has no idea what Solar even is.
I don't know what a solar system is, but
Wait, what?
I don't think they're gonna win.
Well, you see, CJ, we're on.
I'm happy with 4-1.
Oh!
Planet made of iron and
Yeah, there's a lot of
pizza
iron
salad,
in Australia.
Yeah, pizza salad, something heats it up. I forget the teachings of our Lord and Savior Ranaki. But
Exotic. I honestly haven't heard of any of the 4 people on Solary.
The moon is iron. It is a grill.
careful if
We
you
are
say
a
that.
salad.
Tweet it, CJ. They'll make fun of you. Just be
Yeah.
careful.
I just haven't watched any RLRS this season for me, so I try to stay out of it. I just give my input, and I like that. I think I like the look at Endpoint, and
You like how
I think
Endpoint's
as-
logo looks compared to Solary? Is that what you said?
no, and I think that playing RCS teams, we bring up the battle harder thing again. I just think that it's a different level, and at least playing against them, and they've taken games off big teams as well. I think they've looked pretty good.
I mean, Endpoint's got some pretty big wins this season too, and they've been pretty competitive in every match. Like they haven't had like these crazy blatant mistakes. They just got outplayed sometimes.
I feel like
Solary are
Endpoint's
all
been,
French though.
I feel like Endpoint's been pretty dominant against RLRS competition in the past, and
Yeah.
even in the Johnny Boy Invitational. They played pretty well. So I just don't see Solary. I haven't seen much of them to really warrant them beating Endpoint. I feel like it had to be a miracle.
I'm happy with the 4-1.
Same.
Yeah, let's move on.
TSM.
Espanol.
Heart or brain?
Espanol. Brain. Heart did not work for TSM at all this season. I'm never going hard again with TSM. Espanol. I got
Except for that 1 week when it did.
So unlucky. Dude.
Yeah. Who'd they be, like Barca or something?
They went out on a high note, beating Barca. So
Yeah, I mean, Barca was also trending down.
No, I think Espanol, they played well in the TEI. They impressed. They beat, was it Redick? They beat? I don't know. I think that they're a pretty good team. I can't see TSM turning themselves around with their current roster.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that hurts the heart. Hard.
It
I think this
does.
is the same situation with NA. I feel like TSM loses this first series, but they'll make a lower bracket run.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I think RCD wins more than just in Game 7, though, in the first one.
I don't see them. I don't want to pick safe again because that's stupid.
No, I think RCD like 4-1s.
You're just saying that because chat said that.
No, I said that because I think that.
What makes you think that then?
My brain?
No. Give me reasons.
Give you some
why.
reasons?
Yeah.
Well, TSM doesn't know how to win. So sometimes they get lucky and get a win because, some things just kind of line up, almost like the planets in the universe, just sometimes every once in a while, just lining up. CJ disappeared. RCD.
Yeah, because he heard your reasoning. I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Nah,
left.
TSM TSM struggles with actually working as a team, but sometimes like the positioning just kind of works out, but very rarely. Whereas RCD, I'm more confident in RCD as a team, as a unit.
I agree that they feel more cohesive and they work together a lot better. TSM still, I can't see them scoring. Like I just
So you're saying full sweep? Is that what you're saying?
no. I don't think any of these teams are capable of a just like we said
Sweeping,
in
yeah.
NA. I just don't foresee any team being able to just 4-0.
2 coaches, a host, and a chair.
I'm a coach now. I did it. I've upgraded.
Again, for audio-only listeners, CJ has now disappeared and is not returned.
Yeah, he gets sidetracked by things, whether it be screws on his table or
Wheat Bix.
No, it's on his PC. He's unplugging it with his toe
oh yeah,
or toes.
Wheat Bix.
yeah. Who knows what he's up to?
Who knows? We might get a story, we might not. So, I mean, RCD 4-1 is honestly the safe call for me, even though it's not like the general 4-2 being the safe call.
I think TSM has more fight in them than that.
I think it'll be a 4-2.
I can't see TSM winning more than 1, though. I think this series has the most chance of going 4-0.
Yeah, but TSM's kept it close to pretty much every RLCS team. I don't see them getting absolutely stomped out by Espanol. Like I don't think Espanol's that good, you know.
No, I just think TSM's that rough.
Executive decision 4-2.
TSM's a competitive team. I don't think they're gonna just get stomped out.
You guys do
this
outweigh me there.
promo.
CJ's not here to counterbalance your opinion, Jahzo. Sadly, he can't vote for you.
Well, he said he's not trusting TSM anymore, so he's probably going Espanol.
Yeah, but how bad? I think we all were going Espanol, but
Yeah.
Let's just go safe option 4-2.
you should see RCD's RLRS game record. What is it? Are you able to pull it up and on the fly, Lawler?
I've got it. Yeah, dude.
Was it BDS or RCD that had the insane
So
record?
RCD is 8-1 with a +7. BDS is +19 game
yeah,
differential.
that was BDS. Jesus, that's destroyed.
Tied like
Hey,
the
Siege is back.
all-time high.
Hey, I've got more food
Of course.
and a drink.
4-2 RCD over Espanol.
I'm happy. What happened to the 4-1?
Well, I said 4-1. Chroma and Lawler said 4-2, and then you were gone. So Lawler was like, executive decision 4-2.
Wait, didn't
Yeah,
he
'cause-
start off with Lawler
'cause I
saying I'm
said-
done being safe? What was
Because
that?
no, I said CJ's not here to balance it out, so his opinion doesn't matter right now. So
Also,
Oh,
Lawler
okay.
did
4-2.
say, let's not be safe.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
Chrome
said let's not
Chrome
be
said
safe,
safe.
and then I come back and it's 4-2.
I don't think it's safe. I just think
we'll go
TSM's
4-2.
better than. I think TSM's better than one game.
Yeah, they've been competitive this whole season
Yeah.
at RLCS. They didn't get stomped out, really. Like,
I think they'll put up a fight. It just won't be a
Yeah.
good one.
exactly. You guys can't completely crap on them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sirs. Yes, sirs.
Didn't Espanol lose to Baguette Squad, I think it was?
Was that their one loss? Did they beat BDS? Or are you talking about TEI?
In league play, final week. They lost to BDS.
Yeah.
It was one of the French teams. I can't remember. There's so many damn French teams in RLRS.
Yup.
Yeah, BDS lost to Espanol in the game 5.
Interesting.
Oh, they reverse swept Baguette. Okay. Got it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, with this, that puts... Oh, I probably could have left those, so well. This puts Endpoint up against RCD in winners. But before that, it's Solary and TSM. So if we're going by doing losers first, does TSM have enough fight, Lawler, to beat Solary?
I hope so.
Wow, RCD did go to game 5 of pretty much every team in RLRS.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I guess, is that how they got a +7 game
Yeah.
differential?
There's only one game where they won 3-1, and then every other win was a game 5 win, and then they lost 3-0 to BDS.
Yeah, if we're going 8-1, +7 is not very high game differential.
No, it's
Oh
not.
my god.
Can you imagine being that fan every week? Like,
I kind of want to go back and see Sonic's overall shot differential.
Hey, they are clutching their game fives. I give RCD that. If they go to game
Speaking about
7, I have them
differentials.
winning. So
Would you agree that Game 7 similar to Game 5s though? I feel
Yeah.
like it's a different dynamic.
When you're in the actual game 7, it's pretty similar.
it's the same thing if you think about it. It's just you getting to that point really is tough.
Maybe even worse for the pressure. But I think that'll lend a bigger hand to the teams that do well in the final games.
So that's what, like another like roughly 10 to 15 minutes of mental strain. I don't know.
So Solar TSM. Thoughts, boyos?
TSM better win.
TSM.
Yeah, TSM 4-1.
I just think TSM's a better team. Like Chrome said, like I don't think they're bad. I just think we continuously compare them against the RLCS where they are a step down. So I think they're still like talented and they still make things happen, but it just hasn't been enough to beat more cohesive teams. And Solar like has skill and they're all French. Maybe that's something to be feared of. I don't know.
I feel like Remco knows how to stay in the RLCS.
It's true.
Siege?
I think TSM 4-2, but the whole French squad, that's scary. Doesn't matter who the players are. I'm
Yeah.
scared.
You're scared.
I just feel like the level of competition in RS for you is not that capable, in my opinion.
You think there's a bigger difference than there is
Well,
in NA?
we've seen what we've
Yeah.
seen. We saw Savage move up and become FCB.
But Savage had Blue
Right.
and Devo and
Right.
Alpha,
and then
who ended up being nuts.
We saw Triple Trouble come up. Veloce didn't come up. They got promoted by default. Trying to think who else. God, that's so much history.
Yeah, it's a lot to think
Solari's
about.
offense is going to overpower the defense of TSM. That's what chat thinks. Oh, yeah.
I don't think that. I think TSM will win. Oh yeah, complexity promoted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we at 4-2 or 4-1? I'm saying TSM. Executive decision.
I'm saying 4-1 TSM.
I'm not letting TSM lose.
I don't care if they're the worst team. I want them to win.
Siege said 4-2. Crumb said 4-1. Lawler. What do you say?
4-1. I think this is where TSM gets hot.
Yup. All right.
4-1, just do it.
I did it.
Let's
4-1.
go.
Let's go, TSM.
Endpoint.
Espanol.
Endpoint. Gotta be, right?
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a game 7 apparently.
Endpoint, yeah.
It's gotta be Endpoint Game 7.
No,
I'm happy with Endpoint.
I don't know if it's game 7.
I think it's game 6.
We're going
Say,
safe
I
again.
think it's game 7, and then we're like, I think it's game 6. 4-2.
We're going safe again?
I don't even think that's safe. I think Endpoint's not gonna make it go that long. I think Espanol's a talented team, and they can get a couple games off, and they're gonna be close. But I see this one either being like convincing win from Endpoint, or like it'll be one game different or one goal differential in every game, and it'll go like 4-2 or like 4-1. I don't think this will go to 7. But I have
I'm
Endpoint
happy with
winning
that.
either way.
Yeah.
So 4-2 or 4-1 Endpoint. I think it'll be a closer one than people think, though.
Crumb
Our
over
large
here
teams
from
are
here.
really weird to play against.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
And Endpoint has experience with that, right? Like, it was just a season ago. So hopefully they can learn from the things that they got out of RLCS and, like, overshadow it.
Screw it, we're going safe.
That's fine with me.
Alright, final one.
TSM or Espanol. So
Rematch.
TSM all day.
Hey guys, nice bracket. We did it again.
Yeah, we did.
TSM.
Is it? Is that heart or brain?
Heart and brain.
Heart and brain.
Your HNB.
Siege, give me what's going on in your head. Nothing. 0.
Spaghetti's going on in his head right now.
Is that what you guys
head,
eat,
no,
CJ?
in his head, in his head,
no.
it's probably like this food is yummy.
See, CJ was like,
Spaghetti bolognese.
CJ had his hat on so he could like lean forward and cover what was eating. What were you eating?
The spaghetti bolognese, baby. Shout out to Mama CJ. That was beautiful. I'm busy with Slither. No, I'm not playing Slither. Everyone thinks I just play Slither like 24/7.
CJ, you probably have Slither on your phone. Let's be real.
CJ's
I do actually have
he's
Slither on
just
my
thinking
phone,
about it.
yeah.
He's like, look how big this noodle is.
Wait, you can play Slither on your phone?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
that's
everybody
fine.
sucks on there. That's why you can say CJ loses to mobile players.
Oh.
CJ's a mobile
Oh,
gamer.
he actually look.
Oh,
You actually
my.
have it on your phone. I can't.
I can't even. I can't even, dude.
He's
What do you
in
mean you
bed-
can't even?
He's in bed looking up at the ceiling with his
I'll
phone
literally
in
play
his
Slither.
hands.
That's probably why you.
See-
That's why you were late today. Is
CJ's
because you were laying in bed just.
CJ's just pulled up like Discord on his computer with his wireless headset, talking to his girl, laying back in his bed with Slither on his phone.
And
Yep.
all she hears is the whole time.
It's like, how'd
That's
you kill
it.
me? I ran into you.
That's the whole match. That's
My
it.
top 10? No, not yet. Sorry, what's going on?
Slither,
man.
mate.
TSM or RCD? Are we going Heart and Brain TSM? Is TSM pulling E United? Are they making it all the way?
Nah, RCD. Nah, RCD. They're not doing it again.
Chrome already shouted out the Heart and the Brain.
Remco is the promo relegations master. There's no way he gets relegated.
That
That's
is
my
true.
that's my point.
He's been in like 4 of them.
Remco
There's
knows
no
how to
way
stay
he
in
gets relegated.
LCS.
He's been like four. That is
One every
true.
time.
Him and Kernovi have been.
He's so good at being bad.
Same with Magnus. Magnus has been in a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
So they have some promos champions on that squad.
Give him the win then.
Game
Game
7?
7. Yeah, they clutch it out.
Ooh la la Lawler. What are you thinking?
I honestly could see RCD winning,
Same.
but I think I'm gonna go with TSM. They've got the experience, like a lot of it. Like Espanol's gonna be in the same pressure, right? Like our entire season ends after this if we don't like everything we worked for. That pressure, like they haven't been in that spot before. Give it to TSM.
All right. It's locked in. I'm locking in. And that concludes our promotion predictions.
And we already have the bracket from Basing. Shout out again. Boom.
Boom.
What a guy. What
Boom.
a guy.
So great. Now, that's really all we had on the schedule, isn't it?
So I'm gonna do this. Whoever in chat asks the best question in the next minute and a half, we will spend a little bit longer time than normal on it and have a real discussion. It's gotta be a good one. That is a good question.
No,
But I'm not gonna read that out loud. That is a good question, Trick Spy. Trick Spy, that is well played. But a question
Answer it.
regarding
You don't have to
No.
answer it in like incognito.
there is no way to answer that incognito.
Just one or two.
Ones are just fake twos.
What?
That's from a show. Look it up.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You should put it together, Chad. It's like a really weird riddle. But yeah, Q&A is open, guys. We're gonna go for probably like 5-10 minutes here to end the show. We appreciate you guys all being here. Massive shout outs again to Johnny Boy for the massive raid. Appreciate you guys who chose to stick around with us. We're sitting at a sweet 350 average with you guys, so thank you. If you guys haven't already, up on the top right, there's a purple heart. Click it, turn on notifications to know when we go live, as well as hit exclamation point social. It'll pull up all the social media links so you guys can stay up to date on all things CJ Show. But we're going to go with the Q&A. I'm going to scroll through some of these questions, and then we're going to close it out. So,
Can I
Have
do
you
an
guys noticed-
interjection?
nope.
Well, okay. hear me out, because Nightmare tried to interrupt the show to make Chrome answer last show, either Moopy or Jahzo, and Chrome refused. So I gave Nightmare VIP for a stream, and he's not asked a question. So I suggest we do his first and count it as an interrupt the show.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Nightmare asks, will C9 make a roster move before spring series?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
There may be a chance they don't even make a roster move.
Which is really interesting how they've turned around from being barred from a roster move from outside forces to looking confident enough to keep their team the same for spring series.
Well, they have to qualify for spring series.
They do have to qualify.
And if they don't qualify, then you could possibly see a roster change.
Yeah, I guess depending on what we see leading up to spring series, there could be one after the spring series.
I think there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff that may go down after spring series based upon not only like roster changes, but just in general. There's going to be a lot of like downtime. So who knows what that may lead to. There's a lot of like unknowingness right now in the scene. Like, yeah, there's community tournaments and stuff being made and whatnot, but like with nothing official in sight, there's no Olympics, there's no RLCS 10 announcement, there's no like that uncertainty or that unknowing is kind of a weird thing to think about. So I don't know if people are gonna, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see the teams that stay motivated and like how it affects future.
Yeah, this year, interesting one so far. Do we want to give CJ a spot for OC regionals? Does CJ even want that?
It's over 2 weeks, so that's cool.
That's cool.
CJ,
we can do a quick. We can do a quick. Let's do a quick segment. Yeah, let's do a quick OCE. Just pull it up, and I'll just quickly go over it. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OCE segment that we have in the Q&A section for 2 minutes because it's really cool. Basically, OC Regionals top 4. It's a double elimination bracket. First place 4th, second place 3rd, and we go on from there. And it's a 1 game advantage in final. It might be a bracket reset. I'm not sure because it's over 2 weeks. But we got Ground Zero versus Cringe first up. Ground Zero have probably looked like the best team throughout league play. I'd give the edge to them. I'd say obviously Cringe are a very good side. But for some reason, Ground Zero just play better on Sundays compared to any other time. So I'll back Ground Zero to win that first game. Mindfreak versus Fury. Mindfreak have looked really good all season. Fury the underdog. I'm going to back Fury in as the underdog story to win that. So, but that'll be close. I reckon that game could be a 4-3, game 7. And yeah, I could do the whole bracket, but I'll just probably say I'll predict GZ to win. I reckon GZ will take it out. We'll go Cringe. We'll go Cringe second, Fury third, and Mindfreak fourth. We'll go that way, but I hope Fury makes the final. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think Ground Zero are the team to beat in the top 4, and obviously Cringe on their day can be really good. So that is the OCE. Yeah, league play over Screw Maltlet, says Decker. So they show up more in league play. So there you go.
There you go. And thus concludes CJ's OCE segment. Thank you to him.
No bracket resets on set, so just 1 game advantage.
I'm actually a big fan of that.
Same.
What org do you think is going to pick up Ghost, Team, and NA, and why? No comment.
I don't know that it'll be a while, maybe. I don't know why teams would pick teams up. I don't know what orgs would pick teams up at the moment. All we really have is
because there's no buyout and it's cheap.
I guess, but I don't know. A lot of orgs that aren't in the scene right now probably want like high tier, and do we classify Ghost as high tier? I guess they got top 4 in regionals, but
Seen their capability. Who knows?
It'll pan out probably.
Look at that. We even got a bracket for CJ's OCE segment. Thanks, Basing. What a legend.
The guy.
Absolutely.
Doesn't have scores. Just boom.
Boom.
Who do you guys think would have won Worlds this season? That is an impossible question. Worlds is based upon who's playing the best on the day. We can speculate, but who gets hot is kind of what it comes down to.
Best speculation, it was probably either going to be Dig, Vitality, SSG. Or CNCG2. If I'm to believe what people say.
Realistically, the top 2 from each region have the best chance.
Yeah.
I would have given the nod to a European team myself. I think Dig would have taken it.
I don't know. If we ran into Dig, I would have said it would be fine.
Out of all the regions, which team has surprised you the most or disappointed you the most?
Is that in history or this season? He didn't say, does he?
Doesn't say.
I'm going to go across all of history and say CLG disappointed me the most. Hands down.
That's a tough question.
Yeah. I think the Team Iris run was pretty disappointing.
Oh, I guess if we're talking pre-RLCS, like
not making
them not
it,
qualifying.
Mm-hmm. Getting knocked down early and then dropping. They were like
GT losing a denial.
I wasn't on the team at that point, Rob. That doesn't hurt me.
It's just funny thinking about it.
I want to say we talked about 2018 Splice. They like smashed through RLRS, and then do they win one game that season in RLCS?
They had to.
They would have won. Maybe they may have won.
They won one series.
But I think they look really hot. I'm pretty. Did they go undefeated or something? You know, or else, I don't know. They look
dominant.
really good.
Yeah.
They looked really good this season.
And then Tainter Minds 3-0'd them at DreamHack Leipzig, and they lost the RLCS and got relegated.
Pure C, and it's not even Jahzo this time.
Yeah, pure CJ. Get him.
Get him.
Pure
All the time you guys got an international win. Hey.
Oh my god.
And they almost beat us. They went to Game 5 Energy.
Yeah, baby. Those are the days.
I don't know, man. Energy at lands have been pretty sad face too sometimes.
Energy Season 8 Worlds was my favorite. Probably. Like the one I'm most proud of. Impressed by. Every other land, Energy, kind of rough.
Yeah, probably Energy Season 8. Most impressive.
Or
Curveball,
Cloud9 Season 6.
Yeah, that was a surprising one for sure.
Yeah.
Side curve, whatever ball. What's everybody's favorite fruit?
Oh, he's collecting all the info.
What?
So there's a guy going around to all the pros. He's asking all the pros and like coaches and everybody and influencers what their favorite fruit is, and he's compiling a list of everybody's.
Cool.
So answer accurately.
I think he's trying to find our passwords. I think. Mine's raspberries.
Your password?
Yeah. No, favorite fruit. Shit, there.
If all fruit was at their peak ripeness, I would have to say mangoes.
Mango.
It's a good shot. It's a
Good
good shot.
mango's good.
Or blueberries, one of the two.
What about you, Jahzo? I'll go last.
Well, see, when he asked me one time, I couldn't give him an answer because I really just have no favorite fruit. But
What's wrong with you?
I like so many different fruits.
Yeah, but
So I'll go with the one that has the most emotional connection, and that's grapefruit with sugar, like on top.
That's an emotional connection.
Yeah,
guess so.
because I watched.
Today I learned Jahzo's emotional.
tears of joy every time he has a mouthful.
No, see, look, my mom in chat recognizes. No, listen, will you hear me out? When I was
At this point,
when I was when I was younger, me and my dad would split a grapefruit in half, and we would each get a half. So it has like a sentimental connection. All right, you losers. I'm sorry that you guys don't have
adorable.
connections to your parents. All right, like jeez.
I remember
just gonna,
Sunday mornings with my dad where I had half
No,
a
not Sunday
grapefruit
mornings.
with
They were for dessert. You dum.
I'm just gonna hold a grapefruit up
you
to
can have
Jahzo
grapefruit
next
for
time we do
breakfast
this.
too, Jahzo.
And I'm gonna be
He's just
holding
gonna
the
start
sugar.
crying.
I'm just gonna hold the
Yeah.
sugar. I'll like walk into frame, just sugar, and then look at CJ, and then look at Jahzo.
And then I'll hold up the grapefruit and you start crying.
Just run at him, chasing him as he cries and runs away.
You guys are dumb.
And then at the end of the tunnel will be Chrome with a pillow ready to go. Just
That is good.
Okay, actually, speaking about all these moments that's happened throughout the entirety of the show existing, if there's anyone out there that has access to like a bunch of clips that we have and maybe likes to edit things for fun, I think it'd be super sick if we had an intro that wasn't just our logo with a song behind it. And I can think of many moments that were really fun from all the watch parties CJ's done, from all the shows we've done, including like
Putting the tennis match in there.
the
Put
tennis
in
match,
there.
the Chrome failed demo, the measuring in Jahzo's, like all that stuff. If anybody has all those clips and likes to
the
edit,
Chrome demo. Yes.
like
Oh, God, don't
there would
remind
be
me.
enough to make a great intro if anyone has all that access or cares, because there's some off time. People maybe want to fill their time with something. I could go and do it, but I feel like if someone wants to do it, I might even pay for it. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll split
if you
out.
if you guys sub to the
cash money.
channel, we can use that to fund cool things like intros and production updates.
Go.
Smile. Is experience the only thing holding the OGs above others in RLCS over the mechanical monsters we see emerging in the bubble scene and RS scene?
Of course.
Wait, what was the? Repeat it.
Does experience from the RLCS equate to being the only thing that gives the players the edge over the up-and-comers?
And the up-and-comers are supposed to be mechanical.
Mechanical monsters is how it was phrased.
I mean, it's literally about to be season 10, and it's just happening now that the up and comers are taking over. So yeah, you could definitely say experience is a big, valuable asset to a team.
Well, you're also seeing a lot of the experience. Like, I think season 8 was a good example where all the mechanical monsters are coming up and taking over. But then this season, there is a lot of experience staying at the top. Like, once again, you see K-Dop and Violent Panda at the top of RLCS and EU.
And Panda doesn't even know how to air roll left or
And he
whatever
really
that everyone's
built his
talking
team
about.
too.
Dude, the fact that he can get better scares me.
That's what I mean. Like everyone's so hell bent on, oh, these are the best control schemes. Like there's so much to learn about Rocket League without hitting triple flip resets. And look at Panda right now.
Keep in
He's only
mind
just adding it to his game.
that the other side of this is true as well. If mechanical players come up, they only get better with experience. My main
100%.
player right now that I'm thinking of is Justin. Justin was someone that came in with a bunch of mechanics. He came off of out of style, got picked up by NRG, and started growing experience. And we've only seen him get better.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about having other guests on the stream? Major thumbs up, especially now that off season is going to be hitting. I think we'll want to dive in on some specific
Even just for
stuff.
little segments or something. We don't have to have them with the whole show, but a little 30-minute or 60-minute segment. Ask questions, interview. Cool.
If there is suggestions or things you guys would like us to discuss with somebody else, tweet at us. CJ Show on Twitter. If any RLCS teams were demoted this weekend, what players do you think would be poached? So say all the RLCS teams get demoted, who gets picked up? If you had to give a shout to one player specifically.
Sir?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Hawkser.
That's so hard because before I pick, I said Hawkser, first killer, Metza,
Magnus. He popped off last couple weeks, Magnus. I think he can really bounce back. Still.
Crow.
Yeah, Kronovi's another one, yeah.
So Crow
think-
first killer.
I think first
Hawkser.
killer is priority.
Depends on
I
what
would
the team
see-
wants
yeah.
to pick up.
I
but
would
yeah.
see Kronovi transition at that point into coach or analyst.
But yeah, Metza Magnus. I don't know the rush. Who's on that point? What names?
Virtuoso, Relating
Nachi
Wave,
Tao.
and Nachi Tao. But I don't see them getting
They're all similar. It's hard to.
I don't think that's one of those teams that they work together.
I haven't seen any one player. It's not like you look at Singularity and you see Nolly just be like, "Look at me go."
Yeah.
If
Hey,
they
Relating
reload
Wave
that,
is
they
that
would
player
be
for
fine.
them.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can do that same result without the supporting act that he has.
Interesting. Yeah, we could go with like. There's a whole list.
Yeah.
But if we narrowed it down to one person who would get picked up
First.
first,
Mm.
it's got to be first.
Yeah, I think first is the number one. He's the youngest, has the most to. I think he has the biggest ceiling. Like, first, in my opinion, is only going to get better. How much of a difference can a coach make in the most extreme cases? For example, if X team had the best possible coach, choose a team that may not have one, how high in the standings could they feasibly finish? Like, how impactful can a coach be?
Give Sonics a real coach to get their rotations right, and to give them some training packs to get their mechanics proper and working as a team rather than just trying to play on defense with Loche style. I think they'd do pretty good.
I mean, I'm going to be pure cocky here, but my team was predicted to get 6th place around there last season, and we got top 2. So
I would have said you, but they said teams that don't already have a coach, you dingy.
But Chrome's taking it as like he's living proof, right? Very cocky living proof. But,
like my big shoulders, guys.
All right, G2 Season 3 doesn't make Worlds, loses to Denial and playoffs. The next 6 seasons, 5 of them, they get top 2. After I join. Pure C.
I think coaches, like, I think in professional Rocket League, teams are very close together. There's just a lot of little things that, like, good teams do better, if that makes sense, that coaches can do. So I don't think they're, like, big changes, but they're things that coaches can definitely implement to completely change a team. It could just be, like, a mindset and stuff like that. Or just, little scenario things or structure, as you say, rotations. It can be really little changes that can do a lot to improve. There's a lot of games are like Game 5. Like 3-2 losses. If you, as you see every season, they put out like if this team had lost that Game 5 instead of won, where would they finish? There's a lot of little things like that, mentality based, that coaches can change because teams are pretty close together these days.
I said it not last season, but the season before. That coaches are probably, those little things are going to be what really make the difference. I mean, you look at Space Station and G2, right? Strong coaches, a lot of good backbone, and it's the little things that they do between practice and hard work every week that get them to be at the top. Like, players are good. Like, we see that across the board. All the teams nowadays have quite a bit of talent. It's just who ties it together better and who handles the really high pressure situations better. And you're seeing that out of the teams that are consistently at the top. They've got a good structure, good foundation, both on the field and off. So makes a huge difference. You're going to see that continue to be more and more important. It's part of the reason why I think Dignitas has become as strong as they have.
Yep.
Having sports psychologists and a staff that really, really pushes them to be the best both in the game and out of the game. Physical condition, you name it. Like, it's a huge incentive. I'm sure players would love to have that kind of backing. It's just, are the players going to take advantage of it? Those are the hard things to do. I know, Chrome, I can't imagine what it's like to motivate your guys, especially the younger ones at first.
It's not easy.
I bet it's easy to motivate Arsenal. I bet Arsenal's like one of those players where you put a spark and he just feeds off that spark. Yeah, Arsenal seems like the kind of guy that just feeds off the tiniest little thing and becomes explosive. Like, you get him thinking like one thing, you're like, you want it? You want it? He's like, yeah, I want it. Yeah, let's go. Like that kind of.
Yeah, I think with younger kids, though, they think about 20 different scenarios all at once. So they're constantly up and down. So it's very tough.
Big tough.
Yes. Coach is super important. Thumbs up. Teams that don't want them for whatever reason.
Give coaches RLCS titles, thanks.
Part of the reason why you guys are struggling. That was a question I was going to ask for you guys, but we just answered it indirectly. So, smile.
Smile.
Do you think that Rogue sticks together?
No.
Too many seasons of disappointment. Siege?
No, they're not singing together.
What's going on in your head right now, Siege?
I'm just.
Are you
zoned
out of
out.
it right now? You're zoned
He's
out?
dreaming about that spaghetti.
Honestly,
bro.
I really need to go to the toilet, and I'm just like hanging in there.
Too much
So I'm
spaghettios.
just hanging,
He's gonna go give it.
I'm hanging in.
It's like that clip from that animated movie about like the emotions inside someone's head. It's like, what's going on inside someone's head? And it's just CJ.
Well, with Rogue, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Like, I think you don't have to be in the pro circle to know there's going to be a roster change. Just you only have to watch them and how they've performed.
We see potential, but we just know it could be better with one different player. Next week or in the following shows, could you guys do a Worlds prediction? Yeah, sure. I'm sure we could draw up a bracket and kind of talk. That could be a really fun, like, long edition of predictions. It's a lot of games to go through.
I suggest the next week's show be a fun one.
Oh yeah,
We cover
one's gonna be a
like
wild one.
30 minutes of promos, and then we do something fun, like I don't know, some sort of game or something.
OCE versus NA again. Boomer mode. Be odd.
Something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
CJ,
Next
I'm calling you out for
next week
that.
we'll mix it up.
CJ just banned Yummy Cheese Man, and I do not approve.
I'm happy to ban
Passion
Yummy
fruit is
at any
pretty good,
time.
Speaking of bad coaches,
Oh,
I got the CJ.
he can't defend himself. Oh no.
That's the best part. And you know the even
Wombo
crazy thing?
comboed.
The worst part too about bans now is like even if it's a meme, like he can't read chat. He's shadow banned on every account. Like he's just
Oh,
gone.
can't you read chat if you're banned? Oh, I'll
No.
ban him. I feel bad.
No, you can't. You literally.
I thought you
it's
just
so
can't
rough, man.
speak.
No, they like updated bans, and I'm a huge fan.
Wait, so you IP banned if you get banned? You can't make a fake
Yeah.
account? Is that what
Yep.
you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
me
I thought
and
that was
all
a
40 of
hardware
his
ban.
accounts.
I don't think it's IP ban. I think it's hardware ban.
They shadow ban the IP addresses.
So shadow ban IP, but there's something about hardware ban too. Wait, no, that was Valorant. I'm thinking of. Never mind, I'm dumb.
No, they do Mac bans on some, which are also easy to get around, but at least for people that are dumb that don't. I mean, most people who hack are not smart, but
Before next question, Jackbox would be a great idea for next Tuesday.
it gets so boring so fast though.
Well,
I've
I
never
mean,
Hey, I was playing Pummel Party with the boys.
Pummel
with the
Party would be
tournament. It's
good.
actually
Pummel
sick.
Party's a good time.
Mario Party
I
over
love that
Dolphin
game.
would be good. So Pummel Party probably is easier to set up than Smash over
Yeah.
Dolphin.
There's some good party games that we could pick up that could be fun.
So I think next Tuesday we have a break show. Enough Rocket League. It's got a
Yeah.
break.
Just hang with the boys,
Yeah.
have some fun. I'm down.
Yeah. Maybe get some brewskis.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'm just scrolling and seeing if there's any. Do you think Reagan will be picked up by a team to coach them?
Does
Kind
he want to?
Kind of no comment, but he was doing work with a certain team. But I don't think he will be
yeah,
picked
sure.
up full time.
In regards to coaching, look at Renegades this year compared to next year when Lawler's the official coach. Shut up, chat.
Keck W.
A big Keck W. That way it does the emoji. Best way to improve mentality and vibes after losing mid-series. Like to keep the energy good.
Mid-series.
Yeah, I don't know how someone loses mid-series.
Yeah, no one's. You're only just
If
one
you're losing
after.
a
Like
game
you always think
mid-series.
you can win.
You're talking like game by game. as
If they're
opposed
like
to-
mentally checked out in the middle of the series, pretty much is what he's asking.
Build team chemistry outside the game so you guys can feed off of each other mentally.
You guys need to all be on the same page and realize the match is never over until it's over. So keep your head in the game. Talk amongst each other how to fix the issues.
Yeah, make sure your whole team's on the same page so you guys build chemistry outside the game so you guys know what to say to each other in case someone's feeling down.
Teams learn the most when they make losses. Like most people learn from mistakes better. It's that negative reinforcement. For some reason, we like even if there's hundreds of comments praising you, but you see that one comment that's negative and it just sticks with you.
You need to realize as well, it's okay to lose. It's just you got to learn something from it.
Plenty of Rocket League to be played in the next few years.
Hopefully.
Sometimes it's better to lose as well because a lot of people,
Yeah.
if they win, they're like, oh, we don't need to review
Yeah,
that.
it's
All
like-
right,
Yeah.
Mister,
Yeah.
have the entirety of NA have your back after a certain team does a certain thing. and love it.
Sometimes it is. Jahzo learned that G2 learned a lot going to the promos. I
Yeah,
mean,
they know a lot about
they didn't
losing,
have to take it that they didn't have to take it that far, but those guys decided to just go all the way down the bottom and they learn a hell of a lot.
We got to
And
bring
now they're
Johnson
number
back
one.
to Earth after this season. We got to kick him down.
Well, okay, no, if you want to be real about it, if you want to
They
be real
learned
about
so
it,
much.
promos was a good opportunity for us to go be sent to boot camp with everything on the line. We hung out as a team for a week straight in person. It was actually a pretty good test for how a team house would go. And it really showed what the guys can do if they get on the same wavelength competitively, get used to each other, become closer to each other as friends.
Eat grapefruits together.
No, I eat grapefruits alone. Thank you,
I'll bring the
sir.
With
sugar.
sugar. Don't forget
You guys are so dumb, dude.
You should
I
try
swear.
cinnamon too, Jahzo. Cinnamon's good with grapefruit. Recommend it. Do a little
I
team
don't think
bond.
I've
Yeah,
ever
session.
had
him and his
grapefruit.
dad did that growing up.
You do it with the team session.
Hey, I'm just sad for you guys. That you guys don't have any connecting moments to your family.
Emotional
Whoa,
connection to
family!
grapefruits.
That was it's fruit. Let me
Yeah.
check you most of fruit.
Sharing a grapefruit with my dad throughout my childhood. That was great.
This one single grapefruit. His
No,
whole
it was a
childhood.
lot of different times. My mom would get like a bunch of grapefruits, and then throughout the week, my dad would just be nice. We'd split one each night. I mean, it's also a little cringe. It's grapefruit because there's a certain video on YouTube, but whatever. We
Oh
won't-
god, I forgot about that.
Oh no.
Oh no. Why would you bring that up?
No, Kips brought it up.
Oh, that's fair. Ron, don't side with him, please.
What do you mean?
Don't do it.
Ron's my boy.
Ron's a homie.
Ron's my guy.
I don't care.
I don't care if Ron's your guy.
Would Verge
Don't
be a
eat
better
grapefruit.
coach if he did care?